I've been doing this part-time since day one, and day one began quite the learning curve. And as Jordan and I used to like to say, made my first 10,000 mistakes as fast as I could. And today, Jordan and I were both announced as agency owners, which is a coveted contract here at Symmetry. So it's been a thrilling day, an exhilarating day, and so you'll have to pardon us if we blank out every now and then. It's been sensory overload, but we're thrilled to be sharing this opportunity with everybody that has taken the time to attend, and thank you for doing so. We really want to bring as much impact as we can here. We will be quick. We're going to hit high notes and highlights so that you get a real feel for who we are and what we do. And from there, by all means, we'll remind you at the end, but just make sure you reach out to those who invited you to this overview, and they can fill in any blanks for you so that everybody can decide whether or not this is the best fit for a next step forward.
Yes, let's see if Jordan can figure out the technical side of this. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I was just going to filibuster until the slide. Weather here is 86 degrees. All right, so it's guys, why Symmetry? There's so many answers to this question, but again, I'll whip through these, but it truly is a system-based income that you've got. You've got the ability to work for yourself, but not by yourself. We are surrounded by a great family here. Many of us didn't know each other before we started, and we became family very, very quickly because you're in the trenches together and supporting each other all the while. It is a turnkey business model. Guys, we have a system here. We have a recipe for success. Reinvent that wheel at your own peril. It's already here. It tastes delicious. So make it the way the instructions say. There's nothing here that you'll be allergic to. And if you are, we've got the medicine for it. So we're going to jump right to who are we, guys? Who is Symmetry Financial Group? We're going to talk about how we do what we do, what we do for families, and how we get paid to do that, and all about the infrastructure here at Symmetry that supports us to do this well. So guys, we have been ranked among the top 5,000 companies for 5 years in a row now. It's so great doing these overviews now. Jordan and I started in 2016, so I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I don't think so. But literally year after year, this thing just keeps, they're going to have to double the slide pretty soon. Top company culture by Entrepreneur Magazine, and you'll see why as you get to know us here. So I think this is you, Jordan.
Yeah, so who is Symmetry Financial Group? So there's these three really handsome men, as you can see here, and this is Brandon, Casey, and Brian. Basically, they came from what we like to refer to as a practice company, which is a company that, you know, is in the same industry, yet, you know, you didn't really find what you were looking for there. And they wanted to figure out the best, most profitable way for an agent to launch a career in the most lucrative industry that there is, which is the insurance industry. And basically they came up with Symmetry Financial Group. And Symmetry, basically the name itself just references the word balance, which is where they were looking to balance time and money. Because a lot of the times in the insurance industry, you're spending 80% of your time just looking for your client and only 20% of your time selling, where Symmetry flipped that basically on its head with the structure that they have here. Also, another thing to take note of, Symmetry Financial Group this year, this has been a crazy year, but for the betterment of this company. A lot of people will look at this year and see this as the worst year that's ever happened to them. And really, Symmetry took this year and made this the best year that it could happen for them. And it has just been, I'll tell you, Mark and I can tell you, we've had the best year in our business that we've ever had. And it's because of moves like what you're seeing here. So Quility is our parent company. We merged with a company called Assura this year. And Assura, what they're really good at is maintaining and creating business with current customers that we already have. And Symmetry is really good with generating new business. And Quility is a platform that merged the two, plus a multi-million-dollar technological investment in order to make what we are launching into, which we're super pumped. That started taking place about August of this year. Let's see what else. Basically what we do, we help families protect their largest asset. A family's largest asset, a lot of people would assume that that would be their home. And I know we do mortgage protection, but the family's largest asset is their ability to earn an income. And how we do it, basically we're utilizing all of the different products that an insurance carrier can offer. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we've gotten real crafty with them. We've got asset and wealth management strategies. Our bread and butter is helping families, making sure that if they passed away, that their home is paid off for their family, since credit life doesn't exist on home loans. And then other than that, there are many different routes that we can help not only our own families, but the families we're sitting with through Symmetry Fleet System. We also, like I said, we have all these insurance carriers and all their products. Here's a few of them so you can see. These are companies that have been around for hundreds of years. Top AM Best, top Better Business Bureau ratings. John Hancock was the first insurance carrier that there ever was. So we're very proud to be behind these names. What do you think, Mark? Do you think there's a need for the products that we have?
I'd say the numbers say yes, absolutely. Guys, there's a big need, and I'm sorry, my screen went really mid-sized there. There's a big need for what we do, guys. As you can see, there are over about 119 million households in the United States, and 7 out of 10 of these households rely on 2 incomes. You can imagine what happens if, God forbid, something happens to one of those incomes due to death, disability, critical illness, all kinds of things that can happen, unfortunately. And it's devastating to a household that relies on 2 of those incomes. 53% of foreclosures are caused by a death or disability. I didn't know that before I started here, but you won't believe the number of families you talk to who are looking for help because unfortunately somebody had already passed and it put them in quite a position. 45% of Americans have nothing saved for retirement, and the average funeral costs are $10,000. I'd say that's conservative. 10 to 15,000 and above, quite frankly, when it comes down to all the items that are involved in that. We just went through that this year with a close family member, and it can be quite a surprise, quite shocking for those that aren't prepared. Among Americans age 65 and above, 21% of married couples and 45% of singles rely on Social Security for 90% or more of their income. So they're just praying that Social Security, that pyramid doesn't fall down by the time it's their term, and there's ways to prevent that from happening. So how are we doing, guys? You can see the chart. I mean, the chart says it all. These are millions that we're talking about. Aside from year one, we did a whopping $300,000 in income. That's when those 3 guys that Jordan introduced us to in the beginning started this thing and said, hey, let's make it happen. And I know they knew they had something special as they continued to grow, but as you can see, we just capped out at about 123 million in revenues last year, and we're on track for year-over-year growth with anticipation to have a $1 to $5 billion valuation within the next 5 years. So you guys can see how we're doing here. I had to look at my napkin, Jordan, to make sure I wasn't stealing your thunder.
You're good.
Hey guys, how are we doing? You can see the snapshot here, guys. We've helped families with close to $400 million in total premium amounts. Over 300,000 families have been protected by agents just like Jordan and I, and many of the others that you see on the screen here, with over $30 billion plus in face amount of policy. So that's $30 billion worth of protection. You can see the little slice of the pie here. That's what we project that over the next couple of weeks we'll cap out as capturing in the market. And that's only 125 million. There's over 2 billion in life insurance market capacity. So is there market demand? You look at the pie. We've only just cut into this a little bit. And that's why we're looking to hire new agents, as many and as fast as we can, quality agents. We're here to help families because there's a lot of them that need help and not enough agents to help them. So quite an opportunity here. You could choose your own path here, guys. Some people are here because they're really, actually everybody's here because they're looking for time and money. One or the other, maybe a little of both, hence the name Symmetry, right? We're looking for balance here. And there's a lot of ways to achieve that balance. And we've got a track in which you can build your own business from day one and basically run an agency, have the carriers covering all of your marketing, paying for you to train agents and compensating you handsomely when your agents go out there and help families, all the while putting food on their tables as they serve the families. We also have the producer track. Next slide, please.
There you go.
This is a career agent-minded path. These are for people that, hey, maybe I'm not really ready to build an agency yet, but I love helping families. I love getting out there every day and making sure that people are protected. We've got an entire track with its own set of bonuses, incentives, contests, and resources, you name it, on either path, but that caters more to someone who really just wants to get out there and help families and maybe isn't ready to build an agency yet. Either way, we've got systems in place to support you 100% so that you're not missing out in either area. And then we've got the owner producer. I mean, that's just the grand slam prize. You know, once you decide that you're on this path, you're not only helping impact families by protecting them, making sure they're set for life and beyond, but also impacting people around the country who are looking for opportunities, people who have that entrepreneurial mindset, but don't necessarily have a proven system or vehicle to plug that into. That's what Symmetry's for, and that's what this path allows you to do. Jordan, back to you in Tennessee.
Sounds good. Yeah. And if I haven't mentioned that yet, I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that area, but it is beautiful out here. Not today, but on a normal day, it's really pretty. So how do we find our clients? Remember, I had mentioned earlier that Symmetry was started based off of how do we make this the wealthiest opportunity for an agent to come in here and have a successful career. And it was by flipping that 80-20 rule. And it's because of this right here. Our lead system is the best lead system that is out there. It is an in-house, internally driven marketing system. So we create our own leads. We're not working with different lead generation companies out there if you're familiar with the industry. We have Symmetry leads for Symmetry agents. And currently we are generating 10,000 leads every single week on average. Now on average, there's about 3,000 new leads in inventory after we've distributed everybody's GMRs, which if you're like, what is a GMR? It's basically an order that you have committed to every week of your leads resource to run your business. So after the whole company, thousands of agents are taken care of with their lead orders, there's still 3,000 new leads every single week left over and over 1 million total bonus leads in inventory. So we have plenty of families needing help, let alone the future market that's out there to be helped. And then so as you can see at the bottom, you're spending your time selling and not prospecting. You're flipping that script. You're only spending 20% of your time mining through our lead system, sorting to find the people who want your help, and spending 80% of your time talking to the people and helping those who want your help. So as you can see, we have many marketing opportunities. When Mark and I were here originally, all we had was the mail-in lead, and they had just brought out the call-in lead where, you know, for all of us in the generation that doesn't mail anything anymore, that somebody could call a number and generate their request that way. Now we have online, and I'm getting these daily now, where you're getting an email saying you have a client who was literally filling out an application for coverage and they have a question, or they stopped filling it out because they had an issue. So just call this person and help them with what their issue is. And it is the coolest thing in the entire world. So they're, like I said, when we merged with Quility and Assura together, they invested multi-million dollars in a technological advancement so that we could be all over the internet and creating a household brand name with Symmetry and Quility. So we've got that though, not just for mortgage protection. We have that for debt-free life, just standard life insurance, final expense, and recruiting as well. So you can build your business online. All kinds of marketing materials available. I'm also going to check and see if I'm stepping over your feet here. No, I would be. Okay, so Mark, how do we support our agents?
Right on time. Thanks for asking, Jordan. And yes, that is incredible. And as Jordan mentioned, these are guys, this is just, they just keep laying on the frosting, because when we started just a few years ago, we didn't have a fraction of the resources that they've worked so hard and invested so much in us to put in place. I mean, it was literally printing out papers, driving from home to home, getting stuck in the snow, and following up on everybody all, every month all year. And it was heaven then. So you can imagine we're pretty elated to have this support system. And that includes a proprietary sales system. As I mentioned at the beginning of the call, there is a recipe for success here, and it's laid out very clearly. I don't want to paint everything as rainbows and unicorns. This is a difficult position. It's hard work. You've got to be willing to work hard in order to make this work and make the changes in your life that you want to see. The great news is Symmetry does make that hard work very simple by putting everything in front of you that you would need in order to have a thriving agency and a successful business helping families all over the country. We have a proprietary CRM and lead management system, marketing and recruiting assistants. You saw in the previous slide that we've got some excellent assistants there. We'll talk a little bit later about an incredible system that we have in place to passively generate repeat business on the clients that you've already helped. Symmetry goes out of their way, Quility rather, to basically help your families after you've helped them and allow you to gain the income from it. So we've got ongoing support. This is the most important piece, guys. It's all about consistency in this business. It's not, go hard or go home 1 week and then take 2 weeks off. This is about consistency, just like any other company in the world. You've got to be on a consistent basis. And one of the ways that Symmetry really supports us in that is providing one-on-one mentorship. You've got access to me, Jordan, your mentors 24/7. For the most part, you've got weekly training calls and webinars. These are not just things that they produce and put on there. Guys, these are held live and by people that are 6-7-figure earners. They could just as well be on a beach somewhere, but instead, week after week, they take the time to make sure that they help us the way that they were helped when they start out and give us the path to success that they followed just the same to get there. It's pretty incredible. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of mentorship and training that I don't think we talk about enough. It's just part of being here. We also have local, regional, and national training events. Those are, for the most part, virtual now, much credit to the pandemic. But we are still associating on a regular basis in that way, via Zoom and otherwise. So how do we support our agents? Guys, we support our agents with a number of things. Owner's Circle is an incredible tool for business owner. It allows you to track your business week after week, day after day, month after month. You get your own website that replicates the sfglife.com website so that you can find new agents from there. You can help families from there, put it on your business card. It's somewhere that people can touch base with you on, and it's got a complete back office that you can run your business with without having to put in any extra investment there. We've got a virtual assistant that helps new agents and existing agents alike determine what products and programs may be best for the clients that you're serving, depending on their impairments, background, etc. Sorry, that's Virtual Mentor. Virtual Assistant is a digital management tool that helps you with lead allocation and shows you exactly where your team's at so that you can help those that need help the most and praise those that deserve it for putting in their efforts. And we've also got an incredible power dialer. This power dialer is second to none. It's proprietary to Symmetry. It's not third party. And I'll just let you experience that when you're ready for it, because you can get to helping families so much faster with the power dialer and some of the other tools that we've got here. Quility Member Services. Did I step on you? No, I didn't.
No,
Quility Member Services. QMS is amazing, guys. You'll see in bold there, massive passive income. That's really all you have to know about this. It's an incredible system that they rolled out, I'd say around August. They may have been betaing it before that, but it rolled out in August. And I don't want to steal your thunder, Joe Martinez, but he's on our team. And I know for a fact, Joe got over $600 in passive payments just for last month, as Symmetry starts going through families that you helped a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4, however long you're here. Quility will go in, back office, make sure those families are up to date on their policies, up to date on their programs, see if they need anything new. And the original agent that helped that family gets all of the commission. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, no one else in the industry is doing that, guys. So even if you are familiar with the industry and you're shopping around, please take note of some of the things that we have that are unique identifiers, because there's a lot of things that are the same throughout IMOs in the country, but we've got a lot of differentiators that that really have us becoming the Amazon of the insurance industry. No kidding. No exaggeration. So guys, we have a lot of leadership development. As I mentioned, this is worth thousands of dollars in investments that you would put in outside of Symmetry if you were to attend these in and of themselves. We've partnered with great entities like Giant, who do nothing but leadership development. We've got our own agency owner academy, which Jordan and I will be attending now, thanks to the promotions and new contracts today. And we've got an excellent group called Connect for focus specifically on female leadership.
Oh, it's my turn. Let's talk about something, guys. Let's talk about, thank you. Let's talk about what we all came here for, is how do we get paid, right? So when I was working my previous industry, there was no such thing as raises. It was like, if there was a raise, everyone got a raise, and you kind of wondered where the money was going when everyone gets a raise, not you earned your raise. So, so Symmetry gave everyone a raise, but then everyone also has an opportunity every 2 months to earn a 5% raise on their contract. So we all start at a 70% contract, and every 2 months based on performance. So once again, you are in control of how much money you make here. And that's not just based off of you writing multiple policies a month. It's based off of you hitting benchmarks. Now, these aren't things you have to do, it's things you get to do. So if you want to give yourself a raise, then go out and hit the raise goals that we're seeing here. Now, there's just numbers in front of you here. There's an owner track and a producer track of how to accomplish these raises to go from a 70% contract to a 120% contract. And I'm going to tell you about what that looks like. So basically, if you're a part-time agent, and I think these numbers are pretty spot on, level conservative to spot on. If you're doing about 15 to 20 hours per week in your business, you're placing 6 sales a month, you're at a 70% contract. Now, we get paid based off of the $1,000 on average annual premium case. So let me make sure I'm explaining this right. When we're doing the math to show you what an agent makes here, it's based off of average numbers. The contract level is really what's the dictator of what you're going to make. So if you're part-time, you're working 15 to 20 hours and placing 6 sales, I'm going to show you what that person would be making per week and then per month. Just making sure I understand what I'm even saying to you guys. And so we get paid based off of what the client pays into the policy over the course of a year. Now, our average policy that we're writing, final expense, mortgage protection, is about $80 to $85 a month. So if you take that median number, you times it by 12 months, that's $1,000 in annual premium volume. So that's what APV stands for. You're going to see that coming up here when we reference income. Now, when a client pays for their policy, 99.9% of the time, they're going to be paying monthly for this plan. And they pay month after month after month. Now, we're getting paid based off what the client will pay over the course of a year. But once the client pays their first initial premium for their policy, the carrier will advance the agent 75% of that income up front. So you're basically getting paid for 9 months worth of work in 1 day once the client pays their first premium. So let me show you what that looks like on a weekly and monthly basis. So basically, if you are placing 6 sales, it's just monthly and annually. Thank you for working with me here. If you're placing 6 average sales per month, so that's 6,000 APV, You have your 70% contract. That's $4,200 is what you should be making total per month. Now remember, the client pays monthly. You get advanced your 9 months of your commission. So that's $3,150 a month is what you will make every single month that you're doing the 6 average place sales part-time. So that is a $37,800 income part-time just off of the advance alone. Once the back end commissions, once the policy has been enforced for a year, pay out to that part-time agent, they're making $50,400 on a part-time basis, working 15 to 20 hours per week. That is incredible, but it only gets better. Let's talk about full-time. So if you're looking at this and you're about to make the switch, your switch should only be about 30 to 35 hours a week, and you're going to ramp up your sales from 6 to 15 to 20. An average part-time agent is doing at least 15 sales per month. One of our rock stars on our team, Laura Davis, placed 11 last week as a full-time agent. So let's just look at how conservative we're being here. You've got 15 place sales per month. And once again, you can earn raises. So if you're doing 15 place sales, you're going to earn your first 3 raises. So you're at an 85% contract level, still average 1,000 APV, 75% carrier advance. Check this out. On a monthly basis, being conservative, we're just looking at 15 place sales. At that 85% contract level, that's $12,750 a month you should be making. Once again, we get advanced our 9 months commission. That's the $95.62.50 per month is what our full-time agents are making on average. Now, that's a $114,750 annual advance. And once the back end commissions do pay, once the policies are on the books for a year, that is a $153,000 career. Not bad, working 30 to 35 hours per week. When we were selling timeshare, we were not making that much and we were working twice as much. So I'm very grateful to be a part of something like this. But let's really lean into what makes Symmetry different. So we're getting that time and balance of time and money, but what did we accomplish, Mark, to really make this position worthwhile for someone?
That's right. And by the way, guys, those numbers are just guidelines. We've got agents right on this call, a good number of agents that are blowing those numbers out of the water. So your income here is truly reverse engineerable, if you will. And Jordan, thanks for bringing it up. The exclusive agency ownership program, why do we call it exclusive? Because it truly is an exclusive contract to Symmetry. And that's not just by name, that's the design and everything that it offers. Symmetry provides agents with everything they need to build their own business through true contractual ownership. So when you reach a certain point in your path here, you are vested with your full agency now and forever. So God forbid something happens to you, in the industry, what would normally happen is they take your book of business and they divvy it up to other agents or throughout the agency. But Symmetry offers true contractual ownership by vesting you with your agency. It's willable, it's sellable, it's transferable, and you can pass this business on and really build a legacy here like never before. And guys, I promise that we'd keep it quick. I know there's a lot to go through, but Jordan, before you go there, I am going to say really quick, guys, because agency ownership is one of the main reasons I'm here. And well beyond that, some of the incentives and bonuses that we have to offer. But guys, a really good example, quick story, 30, 60 seconds. I know you guys hate me, real quick. There was a gentleman here named Steve Wilson when I started, Jordan and I both. And I remember one of my first conference calls, and it was a pretty somber call. And I thought, what's with this company? Everybody's crying. What's going on? Well, it turned out that this agent who was very well liked and revered, because of the impact he had on so many people, he was hunting and he fell out of a tree stand and broke his neck and died. But all the while, Steve Wilson had built up a 6-figure agency. He and his wife worked really hard building it up. And after Steve passed, the founders, those 3 guys, made sure to withhold all of Steve's commissions, every single penny that his agency was earning. They held them back while they helped his wife get licensed, because you do have to be licensed in order to legally receive commissions in this industry. And they then, once she got licensed, they forwarded all those commissions onto her, and she's now enjoying the benefits of that agency to this day. And it's not the same amount she's receiving every year, because her agency is still building, it's still growing. There are agents working their butts off to grow their agencies, and she, being a master agency, is earning an increased overrides on that. So I don't know where else you can get an opportunity like this, especially in such a highly regulated industry, one of the oldest industries in the world. And that's something to really take note of if you're serious about building a path here and kind of designing a life and a legacy with the opportunity here at Symmetry. It's real deal. So, guys, this is how you build your own agency. Check it out. So to show you how it works to be an agency owner, you see this agent here. She's at a 95% contract, and she has 3 agents, and they've worked their way up from the starting 70% contract to an 80% contract. We have the ability to earn a 5% commission raise every 2 months here at Symmetry. So you can grow as rapidly as you like. But she's at a 95, her agents are at 80 for the math's sake. And the carriers are paying the agents their full earned income. So they're earning their full 80% that they've been promoted to. But the carriers, Mutual of Omaha, American Amicable, Americo, all of these great carriers recognize this agent here at 95% for bringing these people on, training them, and plugging them into the system so that they can go out and market these products. Because these insurance companies are excellent at designing programs that help families. What they're not the best at is marketing these programs. That's what we're for. That's what IMO stands for, Insurance Marketing Organization. That's what we are. So by going out and doing that, they reward her for her agent's performance by paying an override between the difference on her commission level and theirs. So she's making a 15% spread on all of her agents' business. So that agent did $15,000 in personal production at her 95% contract. And let's say each of her agents did how much did they do? 35,000. I'm lost, Jordan. Oh, thank you.
You're okay. Do you want to take it, or you want me to take it?
I would like if you take it, simply because I just blanked on the previous slide to see how much those agents earned. And
you're totally fine. No, you're good. So basically, when your agency is doing 50,000, you have a team of people working underneath you when you're qualifying for your agency ownership. And so, when we break down the income of an agency owner, let's say we've got our average full-time agent, which is the agency owner still in the field, is doing 15,000 in production at her 95% contract. Now she has an organization that she has built underneath there with a team that is doing 35,000 in agency production, and she still has a 15% spread on every single one of them, like Mark had just talked about. And you've got your 75% carrier advance. Check this out. So this is just the agency owner's income, and then here's the passive income. This is what she got just for building an organization, because the insurance carriers are bonusing them from having an organization and training them to write insurance policies. So,
and those are just the advances.
Yeah, so let's say just on the advance alone, it's $175,000 income. But then once the total first year compensation comes through, now we're in the multi 6 figures. It's a $234,000 income for this agency owner. And then of course we've got our video game numbers. So our video game numbers, if you're going up there, which that's the plan, we're here to play big. I don't know if you're coming to look at Symmetry because you want to play big and own your own business. If you have a $500,000 agency, which is about 10 times the size of an agency owner group, you're not out in the field doing any personal production anymore. You're a leader leading leaders at that point, not selling insurance. You've still got your 15% spread. Check this out. This is what people are actually making here. And when I say people, I don't mean 2, 3 people. There are multiple agents in Symmetry breaking a 7-figure income. Because not only do you make the $900,000 in income, but you're also getting bonused for bringing people to the top contract with you. Name one company that wants you to be in their position at the very top. Most companies want you to stay underneath them for them to get ahead. So when Symmetry rewards our agents that get to the top contract and raise somebody up to the 120 as well, with about, I don't know, $19,000 a month in equity bonuses in the company, because they will pay them a monthly equity bonus of what the company is doing, breaking that 7-figure income. What about our bonus structures, Mark? Do we have any bonus structures for a new agent?
Oh my gosh, we have too many to mention, and thanks for the pivot there. I truly appreciate it. I was looking for those individual agent incomes. Our bonuses are incredible, guys. And again, we are the only IMO that rewards you for bringing people up the ladder, the proverbial ladder, if you will. And that's where we're different. We win when you win, and we win bigger when you win bigger. So everybody is compelled to raise everybody up. Guys, we have a ton of bonuses and contests, but for those that are new to this, what I really like mentioning is this fast track bonus that they just implemented in August. And it starts when you write your first application. So you get through licensing, you come in here, and Symmetry is now offering $12,500 and a trip for two to the 2021 Symmetry destination, which is at a 5-star resort. It's the Four Seasons in Costa Rica, I believe, in 21. And you can earn that in your first 4 months here. So it's an incentive that allows you to see, hey, not only can I help a lot of people and make a great income doing it, but if I really want to take note at what's available here and the opportunity, within your first 3 to 4 months, you could have earned an additional, outside of all of that, these are just bonuses, $12,500 and a trip for two to that 5-star resort. And you'll want to ask your mentor. I'm not going to go through each and every one, but there's individual little sprints that you make, very easy to achieve individually. You stack them up, you got that 12.5 and a trip for two. So talk to your mentor, whoever invited you to this call, about that if you decide to make the move. And back to you with Agent Perks, Jordan.
Absolutely. So this is the only IMO that I know. And I haven't been looking around, but I get asked about it all the time. You know, people are always looking to hire from Symmetry agents. But there's no other IMO offering a free year of life insurance to their insurance agents, as well as a health insurance program to enroll in. So where can you work for yourself and have a half cost of the marketplace, day-to-day and catastrophic health coverage? Where can you go? And I'm probably taking from somebody by saying that, but for real, I'm obsessed with the fact that our company is always looking for ways to take care of the agents.
And Jordan, if I may, real quick, you know, I came here as an entrepreneur, and we were, you know, the polite term for it is self-insured when you don't have health insurance, because as an entrepreneur, it was just about as much as I was bringing in an income to cover my family with health insurance. And it's a tough decision for a lot of people looking to go into a field like this and become an entrepreneur, simply because they don't want to lose their benefits. And Symmetry has done a killer job setting this up so that the benefits available to us are top tier, top-notch health benefits that we can get at a fraction of what you find on the .gov site, believe it or not. So it's phenomenal what they offer to us here.
And as you can see, plenty of trips. Each insurance carrier has a trip that they'll send you on if you promote their business. So whoopee. If one of my favorite things that I've heard from someone is, you know, why work hard to save up money to go on a trip when you can just work hard and then be sent on a trip? So that's basically what Symmetry has here is different trips. These are actually pictures. Most of these pictures were taken from Symmetry agents in these locations. So who are we looking for? Mark, who would you say we're looking for in an agent?
We're looking for people that actively listen, be coachable, really be a student of the system. If you're willing to apply yourself accordingly and take on that role, you will thrive here. Someone who's willing to work hard and intelligently. That means don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're going to make them here. My first 3 months, I felt like a hot mess, but I was also willing to grind. And again, we borrowed that from Miranda Martin, who said, make your 10,000 mistakes as fast as you can. Your first 10,000 mistakes as fast as you can. You guys know there's the whole thing with the clay pots. There was a study at, I believe, Harvard, where they had 2 groups building clay pots. And they told this group, we want you to make the perfect pot. And this group had to make as many pots as they could until it got perfect. So the second group broke a lot of pots, but guess what? They made more perfect pots faster than the first group, who tried to study and decide, how do I do this? How do I do that? That's where I see a lot of agents fall through the cracks. They try to learn everything before they jump into this. This is a baptism by fire industry. You got to know that, embrace that, be willing to fail, know that you're gonna, but know that you're well represented and well supported by your mentor and the agents here. Association is key. Again, we have 6 and 7-figure earners teaching us week after week how to do this and how to do it best. So plug into everything and become those people by simply duplicating and imitating. And be willing to change, guys. If you're looking for a change in your life, the number one thing that has to change before that can happen is you. So have a little trust, have a little faith, know that you're surrounded by some really, really good people here. Do your due diligence, do your research. But once that's satisfied, guys, give it the good faith. Give in, be coachable, listen, learn, and apply.
So basically, Mark, I think we're ready for our first speaker.
We are. Last but not least, guys, whoever plugged you into this call, just ask them what's next. But before we go, we've got a quick 15 minutes here. Nothing is better than hearing it from the people that are active in the field doing it, right? So you've seen what we're all about, what we do, and how we get paid. But now you're going to hear from some pretty incredible agents. The first one being Joe Martinez. I am so thrilled to introduce you, Joe. Joe is an agent on my team who has been such a blessing to our team because of his personality, his enthusiasm, his work ethic, and his overall drive, and in turn, as a byproduct, his inspiration to our entire agency and this entire company. Joe's been #1 on national leaderboards, outperforming not only every agent in Symmetry, but agents in other IMOs, and recognized as such more times than I can count on one hand, I think. And it's my absolute pleasure to introduce my dear friend, who I don't see enough because he's 4 hours away, but he is here in Arizona, and God love you, Joe Martinez. Here he is.
Well, thank you for that introduction. Just a pleasure to be on here. Congratulations, Mark and Jordan, on AO qualifications. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I love that it was together.
Us too.
Right? Today I get the privilege of just kind of sharing my story with Symmetry. Really probably one of my favorite things to do, just because it's really transformed just the way I see business, the way I live my life with my kids, my family. So just really blessed to be a part of the organization. And real quick, just the way it works, the way it's affected my life is more than anything, time and being able to control what I get to do when I want to do it, right? In my prior company, I worked for 20 years and I was on their clock. And the biggest thing I like to say is I lived around my job, right? And versus now, I work around my life. And it's just really speechless of how I can really decide if I'm going to be, I homeschooling my kids right now, right? Because of what's going on. And I'm not, having to do a bunch of different stuff or figure out who's going to watch them or what, because I have my own office here with Symmetry, and I get to use it to help my kids. And I don't have to figure out who's going to watch them, who's going to help me homeschool them. So that's huge, right? And really, I like to share just kind of a timeline of what I've seen, because I started with Symmetry in 2018 of April. My very first year with Symmetry, I made the income that it took me 20 years to make. Mind-boggling, that right? It took me 20 years to get to the income that I was, and I share that, very, very with everyone. I was making about $100,000 managing restaurants. It took me 20 years. I can't say that enough. 20 years to get to that income. And I did that my first 9 months with Symmetry. In pretty close to about half the time that I worked, I was putting in 60, 70-hour weeks as a manager in a restaurant. And here, probably on a 35 to 45-hour schedule, made more than that. And that just completely transformed of how I see things when I have to go to work, because I got to decide when I worked and how hard I worked, during the week, right? I'm able to say, hey, Monday through Wednesday, I really grinded out, and the weekend was left for me and my family. Just complete game changer versus my other position prior to this company. It was all weekends, holidays. I always had to work, and I say it all the time. With Symmetry, it was the first time I had Father's Day with my kids. And that, for me, is everything, right? I have 4 little kids, and I just can't even, it brings tears to my eyes, because for 20 years, I worked the other way. And a lot of us are scared to say, hey, and take a risk and bet on yourself and see if this will work. And I'm telling you, if you bet on yourself and you make it work, and you make the decision that this is it, it will work. You just got to make sure you do it and go out there and get it. And that's one of the things I like to talk about my timeline. Last year, I was able to open an office for my own, so I don't have to work from home because I have 4 little kids. But another game changer for me was my brother and my sister now work with me, right? My sister manages my office, and my brother's an agent here with Symmetry with us. For me, that's the world. Family, I love my family, and for me, family is everything. And just to be able to get to know my brother and sister, because in real life, what happens is we all graduated from high school. My sister went this way, my brother went that way, and I went this way. We ended up living in different cities. I saw them whenever we can, one holiday, maybe 2 holidays a year. My parents moved out with me. It took everyone coming aboard to Symmetry, which was last year. And before that, it was 15 years before all of us were actually in one place for more than a holiday, which is crazy. For me, I'm living my dream because I'm getting to know my brother and my sister again, because it's getting to know them again. I don't know so much about them. It's insane.
Love
Dude, it's awesome. I share that with y'all because I'm able to do that only because of Symmetry. I couldn't do that with a job. I couldn't do that working for someone else because I'm on their time. Here, I'm on my time, and I decide when and where it's going to happen. And I decide when I go out there and grind it and make an income. And that's what Symmetry brings to the table, right? Symmetry, that's the whole name, work-life balance. And it's legit. You just got to go out there and make sure you understand when you want to work and when you want to live your life with your family. Really, that's all I have. I love that. I can't, for me, family's the world, and to be able to do this right now with them because of Symmetry, it's awesome. So I get the privilege of introducing the best guy right now out in our organization. And I love it because of his age, his ambition, the way he does it, his heart. One of the best people out there to help train us and get us going, and a great example of going out there and grinding it and making sure production's up there. Elijah Caruco.
Dude, thanks for having me, man. I love hearing your story so much, Joe, because it's one of those stories that is it's hard to imagine if you've been with Symmetry for a while, working 20 years to get up to 6 figures, but it's so common. It's so relatable, dude. Like most of the clients that we meet with are in that boat, but my name's Elijah Caruco. I'm direct to Chris Cook. I'm out here in Norfolk, Virginia. So if there's any Virginia folks on this, shoot me a message after, say hey. But I'll kind of talk a little bit about my story, and then really just the gravity of the opportunity that we have here. If you're looking at this for the first time, or if you're new, kind of skeptical, or if you've been here a while, just a good reminder of how good of a business this is to be a part of. So I got started part-time while I was a full-time college student. I was starting my senior year of college. I was studying business. And had I found Symmetry sooner, I know for a fact I would not have finished college because I would have dropped out to join full time. But I was too far in, and so I finished up and worked part-time with this company my whole senior year, and then came on board full-time after I graduated. And my good friend, Grant Reynolds, told me about the company. And at the time, I was working in a call center. And so I had zero insurance experience before coming here. I didn't know the difference between a term and a whole life policy. Couldn't name one insurance company. I had no real world experience. And so this was my first real job. I'd never done sales before or anything like that. And so the reason I came aboard Symmetry was I love business. I love entrepreneurship. And I saw this as the way to kind of get my foot in the door of building my own business. Because growing up, the dream, if you will, that we're sold is you go through high school, get good grades so that you can go to college, and get good grades so that you can get a job and not even make enough to pay back the debt you took out to go to college. Then you can retire on a beach somewhere after working 45 years to retire for 10. And if you get a job, you might like it, you might not. I hated that idea. Everything about it just sounded awful, but it's common. And so with Symmetry Financial Group, what I want you guys to understand, this is a business that gives you a platform to truly be in business for yourself. We have the ability here to no longer trade time for money or money for time. If you meet a lot of people who make a ton of money, odds are their schedules are completely packed and they have no time. Or if you have buddies who have all the time in the world, odds are they're not making very much money. And so this gives you the ability to no longer do that. We are in control of both and have the best of both. Symmetry Financial Group is a company that I've seen time and time again make its decisions with us as the agents' best interests at heart, not shareholders. Huge difference there if you've ever worked for a corporate company. I didn't come from a big corporate company, but I've heard a lot of bad stuff about it simply because they're always worried about the bottom line. And the culture here is, I would say, the biggest factor. People come here for money, they stay because of the culture and relationships that they build, or they come here for more time, but they stay because of the culture and relationships that they build. And the culture is built on personal development and growth because leadership starts with us. We're the ones driving this company. It's not just run by those three dudes you heard, Brandon, Brian, and Casey. It's driven by us as the agents. We have truly unlimited earning potential here. Unlimited. You saw those video game numbers. We heard on a national call today, there's one guy who's been here 9 years. His monthly bonus, just the bonus, bro, is 120 grand per month. Per month. This dude's making 7 figures off of bonuses, not including the business. He's been here 9 years. Joe, how long would it take you in the restaurant industry to get to that point?
It'd be like a couple life sentences.
Unfreaking believable. And no experience was required, just a willingness to work. And for the price of an insurance license, you can establish for your family generational wealth. I'm not just talking 6-figure a year income. I'm talking generational wealth to where your kids, grandkids don't need to worry about money. That's the kind of opportunity we have. We have ownership. Jordan and Mark now know truly what that looks like, but we have ownership from day one with a contractual agreement where when you hit the agency owner status, that business that you built is willable, transferable, and sellable and stays with your family after you die. I meet so many people who work years and years and years to build up a 401k only for it to be locked up when they die and their spouse doesn't have access to it. And this is a business that stays with your family forever. And we have where can you go? Hold on, let me get this straight here. Where can you go where as a brand new agent, you can earn $12,500 plus a trip to Costa Rica in bonuses in your first 90 days? First 90 days of being licensed. Show me another company because I haven't heard of it yet. Where can you, this is what got me when I learned about insurance. This is what stuck out to me the most. Where can you go and sell something once but get paid forever for it? real estate is popping right now. I don't know any real estate agents who sell a house and get paid on it more than once. Or in the car industry, you sell a car, you get paid for it once. Or timeshares, nobody buys timeshares. So or if you sell a life insurance policy or a debt-free life policy or an annuity, or you teach somebody else how to do it, you get paid forever. This is a company that not only has a tangible product to sell, but a system that generates thousands of people asking for that product, and then the training to where you can turnkey, copy and paste without any experience, make money every single week, helping people asking for the products that we have. There's no cold calling. We're not giving you a Yellow Pages book telling you go for it. There's training involved. I think this month already, I've made over $15,000 this month. We're in the, third week of December. I've never done insurance before. I'm just following what they're training us to do. And so where can you go and build a business with other people's money? I don't know anywhere else where you can go and have the same opportunity that we have here, the quality of life, the perfect combination and balance of time and money, the culture, the relationships, and also providing true value to people. We're not selling some product that people don't need, don't want, and isn't helping them. It's actually changing lives. And so I get fired up when I talk about it because I'm 23 years old and I found this company about 2 years ago, and I am confident that this is where I'm going to be for the long haul. And I have so much joy and peace knowing that I get to build a career here with some badass individuals who are doing the same thing. And so one of those badasses I'm going to welcome on was all over the leaderboards today. He's number 3 in growth for the whole company for the year. And he has built a multiple 7-figure a year business with this company. And so I'm going to welcome on Chris Cook to talk a little bit about mindset.
Hey, I love it, guys. So, sun, scoot up. Anyway, hope you guys can see. This is Noah. Can you guys hear me okay? Jordan or
Gotcha.
Mark? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, my name is Chris Cook. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm direct to Symmetry Financial Group. Very proud to be so. This is my son, Noah Bear. He was showing you his bear here. This is his stuffed teddy bear. And Mark says hi, buddy. So say hi. Yep. So just first and foremost, just privilege and honor to be on a call with so many just studs and studettes of the industry. First of all, Mark and Jordan, so very proud of you. This is the first call that I've been able to see you guys, that you guys are now officially agency owners, and just I'm so very proud of you guys and so excited for your future. And just realize this is the first step, right? And first step of a long journey, and just can't wait to see what the future holds for you and your families. So very proud of you guys. A lot of you guys got to hear from Joe Martinez tonight. Number 2 overall annuity producer in 2019 with Symmetry Financial Group. Top 2 producer in Mutual of Omaha all across the United States. That's who you got to hear from. You got to hear from a 23-year-old in Elijah Carujo, which, this year is going to make between $120,000 and $130,000 in his first full-time year with us. Proof's in the pudding, guys. We have the people that are getting it done and getting it done at a high level. I want to speak to you about mindset just real quick. Shout out, we got Jeff Miller, part of our organization, and I believe it was yesterday, part of the Joe Martinez organization, part of Mark Newbauer hierarchy, wrote $6,000 in premium in a day. So if you're a brand new agent with us, it means in one day you'd be making over $3,000. That's the tremendous opportunity that we have here at Symmetry Financial. Think about Scott Emmer. I think he was on here earlier tonight. Not sure if he's on here now. He wrote 2,891 in an app this evening, Mutual of Omaha, qualifying for his bonus, y'all, of $1,000 bonus through Mutual of Omaha. So he just started with us, earned $1,000 bonus, no big deal. Plus he made $1,400 today because he's going out and doing the right thing, serving families. And a lot of people ask, why did you choose Symmetry? It's because I chose Symmetry, me and my wife did, because we were looking for a business. I was a personal producer for 10 years. So if a lot of you out there and be like, well, what does this guy talk about? He's never been out in the field. He's never done what we did or anything. My heart and soul, I was a personal producer. I was a personal producer out in the field for 10 years. Privileged and honored to go help a lot of families. But I never helped as many families as we do today, because what we did was we came here with a business owner mindset, and we started sharing the plan with other people. Most people didn't take flight, I guess you would say, with the vision. It's okay. Didn't just mean it wasn't for them. But we had a few people that did, and that led us to some great people, eventually led us to Jordan Gillum, eventually led us to Mark Newbauer, and several other leaders that you guys have heard from. And, you know, what that allowed us to do, I'm going to give you a couple of things. It allowed us, the way our business model works, it allowed us as a family to earn our raises quicker, right? So if you're in a business, would you like to earn raises quicker? Well, building a business here gives you that opportunity. I shared the plan with some more market. Val Zarn, Shane Moore, which led us to a big portion of our business. If you want to know, that one meeting that I had with Shane Moore, you know, 6 years ago, led us to eventually Jordan Gillum and Mark Newbauer, which you guys see as agency owners today. So, you know, Val Zarn, my buddy out in Southern California, led him to another career, which he's enjoying. One of the reasons that we had a business owner mindset is because we realized with more people, your business is more stable. That was very important to us. We wanted to have a stable business. Noah was 1 year old. You were one, brother. One when we started here at the company. How old are you today?
8.
8. Yeah. So he's 8 now. So 7 years ago, Reese, his older brother, he's up there playing video games somewhere. He's 11 now. And, you know, it gave us the opportunity to put them in a school that with our faith and our beliefs, that's what us owning a business here has done for us. And gives us the opportunity to travel and see things and do things that we never would have had a shot, me growing up, you know, where I was and the jobs that I had before. The most I'd ever made in a year before when I started in this industry was $42,000. Now, you know, with the blessings of that, you know, we've been blessed. Some months we've made that in a month. And it's because we had a business owner mindset. So all of you have the same opportunity. It's not because we're special. It's because we took the Symmetry opportunity, and I personally produced. I was the machine until I could own the machine. I went out and I served and I helped families. My wife helped me. She was a guiding light in our business, and it allowed us to impact more people's lives, because then we started sharing the plan with other people. So just want you guys to know that all of you have that same opportunity. And my wife's giving me the 5-minute mark because I didn't want to go over it. So all of you have that same opportunity, and it can lead to an impact of a lot of great people's lives. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. If this is a good fit for you, if you see some commonality with one of the people we had on the call, just simply, here's all you got to do next. Just simply get with the person that got you on this call tonight. This is a corporate overview. And just ask them, what do I need to do next? That's what I asked my mentors 7 short years ago. And I kept asking them, what simply do I need to do next? And I just kept trusting, because business moves in the speed of trust. And I kept trusting what they would tell me, and I just simply do it. And what do you think, buddy? Has it led to a little incredible life? Are you enjoying everything we're doing? So Noah signs off on it. I know Reese does, and I know his mama does, and Biscuit sure as heck does over here. So appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jordan, for the example you guys have set to show it's possible. So proud of you too, and can't wait to celebrate in person with you guys real soon. So appreciate you guys, and everybody have a great and fantastic evening. See you guys.
Guys, so much.
Night, everyone.